it's all a fucking learning life lesson for real. And it's not that I procrastinated. I just felt like there's so much more to the story that was told, and that the whole situation that happened. It really is.
But you can't speak on it, right? Did y'all agree to where it's
Yeah,
like not a?
I can't speak on it, but when everything is over, I will speak on it. When everything is over, I will speak on it. But as of now, no, I can't. But the outcome of everything was fucked up. Now, I'm not saying I wasn't. I was right. I was absolutely wrong. But the way I was painted was not. It don't matter. I don't even want to talk about it. I was wrong. My temper got the best of me, and I was very wrong. And I'm remorseful for it. It taught
Right.
me a lesson. I went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
I lost I don't want to sound like the victim because I'm not, but it taught me a rough life lesson. And and everything happens for a reason. So I try to look at everything that happens for a reason. And I learned a lot. I changed completely from the, the kid with the bad temper, the rapper with the hot temper.
Mm-hmm.
Because that wasn't the first time I got in trouble. So that was like the cherry on top. Judge started reading my past violent shit and was like, oh, okay.
And you said they played your music where you said something about hitting somebody over the head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So you were made
Not
an
my
example
music.
of.
Yeah, yeah. It was a song I did with somebody else. It wasn't even my song. But yeah, yeah. They made me sing my verse. Read it. They actually printed it out and had me read it. Yeah, it was bad though, cause yeah, being locked up, she had depleted so much of my bread that I did have. Still had to pay lawyers when you locked up, and that shit dissipates when the money ain't coming in, and it's just going out. So I was only told I was gonna be locked up for 12 to 18 months, a year and a half. Then they swapped that shit out on me when I was in there. Added another year and a half. Ooh, baby. And that's when she went to lockdown. And that's a whole nother story. So, yeah. I can't wait till we do a movie about our lives. Because it is one for the books, honey.
A movie?
Who knew little Shawnee, who grew up in the sanctified church and wore skirts down to her ankles and was shy and was afraid to smile, would end up in prison for some aggravated assault and then end up executive producing her own show with her fiance and doing Dish Nation and doing radio and still got a studio in my house and making music all the time. Ooh, I know them correction officers, some of them that hated me. Ooh, they used to be so shitty. I know they hate to see me now. I love it. Success is the sweetest revenge on any hater. They definitely try to make you feel like you ain't shit. Like, I don't know, motherfucker, who is you talking to? But you can't say that. That motherfucking place teach you discipline, I'll tell you that. Because at the drop of a dime, they say, turn around and cuff up. And you'll be like, I ain't even do nothing.
Turn around and cough up.
Turn around and cuff up. The handcuffs.
Oh,
That's how.
about to say, is that where you squat and cough?
No, I used to have to do that too when you go out and come in from visitation. But turn around and cuff up, that means they finna take you to lockdown. Turn around and cuff up. Just turn around and put your arms behind your back, and they clink the cuffs on you and walk your ass away. And if they're mad enough, they'll put the chain, they'll put the cuffs on your ankles too. You be in that motherfucker like a Hebrew slave for real. Hating ass motherfucker, boy. Some of them officers, it was a dude officer. I couldn't stand his ass. He was mad because the bitches was excited that I was there. I couldn't help it. It was fans and it was, it was an all women prison. So, man, he was like, you ain't nobody give a fuck about you being the brat. You ain't the brat in this motherfucker. Oh, he was shitty for no reason. I'm like, damn, I ain't did nothing bad to nobody. I was a model inmate. But he would always fuck with me. Always. A couple of my friends told me, I told him, I was trying to see if we could do what we call it, not recess, yard. If we can go out on the yard. Now, don't tell me shit about no motherfucking brat. That ain't the motherfucking brat in here. That bitch number 12759, whatever the number was. That's what she is. She a number in this motherfucker. She ain't no better than you is. Like it was crazy. It was a learning lesson. And now you definitely ain't finna bulk up on nobody. They'll pull that stick out of your ass. There was plenty of fights in that motherfucker though.
You was fighting?
Nah, I almost had a fight. I almost had a fight. But everybody was nice to me. Because I was nice to everybody else. Like, I'm a nice person, genuinely. So, anybody that had an attitude, I stayed away from. I almost got into a fight with Michael Jackson. It was on the news that he was at the hospital, but they hadn't announced that he passed away yet. So it's like all the TVs was on, we was watching, everybody was crying, we was watching. And this one ignorant ass bitch said, he dead. Girl. I was like, he ain't no motherfucking dead. Ain't nobody say that shit. The TV ain't saying that nigga dead. That nigga's not dead. Oh, I was so mad that she put that out in the atmosphere like that. I wonder, boy, yeah. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Tell me, it was, ooh, that's the one time I almost had a fight. Man, about that shit, ooh, I was hurt. I cried for days. Days. Then I watched the funeral, Usher. I felt so sorry for Janet. You know, Janet and JD. Oh, Lord. And then Usher, he was like singing to the casket. And, oh, Lord, I couldn't. Oh, Lord, I was sick for days in there. Whew. But yeah, anyway, it's a lot of stories. I could tell you about the gourmet meals I made. Miss Shirley used to wash my clothes for me. I put money on her books. You know, funny. Some great officers in there too, though. Miss Williams, them.